There you go.
Ooh, that's a little guy. I was disappointed in that one. That was a disappointing burp. I felt that was going to be a bigger one, but then it kind of just came out as a. See now this is a cherry flavor.
Yes.
That's not like the axe said where I had.
Bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. Let's have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bum Wine Bob. Wait to an all-new edition of Bum with Bobcat on the Bum Wine Bob YouTube channel and on all your favorite podcast apps, where we bring you the best of the worst in cheap booze, the bottom shelf, bum wines, beers, 40s, malt liquor, all the stuff you grew up on. We cover here each and every week on the podcast. So do us a solid and smash that subscribe button. We are creeping closer and closer to the magic 2,000 subscriber mark. Well, okay, we're about a little under 500, 450 left until 2,000, but that's nothing. That's nothing. So if you're here, if you're watching, if you're a fan, tell your friends to spread the word. Doesn't cost a penny, doesn't cost a dime, doesn't matter. Just tell them to smash that subscribe button right there, right below the video, right there. Hit that button and do us a solid, because we have all the bases covered here. You never know what we're going to cover here on the podcast. We have topics beyond topics, and if there's something you want to hear us talk about, let us know, because we're always open to suggestions, and anything that involves any type of beer or any other type of alcohol, we are willing to give it a shot. So without further ado, let's bring in Mr. Malt Liquor himself. Roadhouse is here. Roadhouse man, how you doing?
Pretty good, my man. Pretty good. You were talking about almost hitting the 2,000 subscriber mark. I remember how we were getting excited when we were getting so close to 500.
I know. It was, we were doing, what was it? There was 350 for the Manischewitz challenge, and then 500. And then we said, okay, 1,000. We'll do Edward 40 hands. Hit that. And now we're at 1,550 right now, or ish. And then we said we'll do another round of Edward 40 hands at 2,000. It'll be like a tradition. Every 1,000 subscribers, we do another round of Edward 40 hands. And I've been getting prepped and prepared. I have, after the mishap of the last time, that ended up with some. As I'm dropping, luckily that was an aluminum can. It just fell off the top here, and it wasn't a glass bottle, because it would have been fitting. I mean, yes, this one here is empty. If this had tipped over and broke, that would have been fitting, as I was talking about the mishap from that. Listen, as I have the remnants of my I was showing off that prison shank of the top of the Old English bottle here, but I've been out searching and stocking up my fridge with 40s. So I have now, I mean, how many do I have? I probably have like 8 different 40s in my fridge right now. So I am getting the backups of the backups out there. And what I will do when we hit the magic 2,000 is I'll let the people vote. They can vote on which 2 40s they want to see me drink during the challenge.
Yeah.
So that's a little bonus there. I mean, I was out this past weekend. I stocked up on some other 40s that are some rarities that are hard to find. I picked up an Ice House 40, a Bud Ice 40, a High Life 40, which I haven't seen in a while.
It's been a long time, yes.
And that goes along with the ones I picked up over the past few months, the Mickey's, Hurricane High Gravity, and then some of the other classics like King Cobra, St. Ides. So that's just what I have on hand right now in the fridge, and then I can always get the old reliables as well, like the Old English and Colt 45s, Steel Reserve, stuff like that. So I was thinking the other day, I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'll let the people vote. if you want to see 2 high gravities, like we were
Ooh.
talking, you want to go 2 high gravities, I'll do it, man. It's fine. It's for the people out there. So do us a solid. Just tell your friends to subscribe to the Bum
Yeah,
Wine Bob YouTube
I'd
channel.
like to see 2 high gravities. Have yet to do a podcast with you to where your speech gets slurred as bad as mine does.
Yeah, to get to where you've been sometimes, yes. I mean, there's been a few dicey ones
Yes.
out there. We just had the anniversary pop up on Instagram of the Mad Mosa, and that's another one that we might be revisiting because I reposted the picture of that, and our buddy Kevin responded to it. He's like, how was that? And I was like, honestly, it wasn't bad.
It was pretty good.
The MD 2020 part with the champagne, not bad at all.
It was a very good blend.
When I started to get mixing things up with that neon burst and stuff like that, that's when it went over the edge at that point there. That was like, we were sitting good like this, and then I included that neon burst punch, whatever the hell it was called, and then that's when it took me over the edge, and it was like, all right, this is time to go. And that was the pre-video version podcast. So we will be revisiting that at some point in the near future with the Mad Mosa and the MD 2020 and the champagne there, to give that one a shot again, because MD 2020, we talked about it a few weeks ago, that there's been a lot of moving and shaking on the MD 2020 front there, and we talked about it a few weeks back when we started seeing some things pop up with people finding these new little MD 2020 bottles, and then all of a sudden last week MD 2020 themselves started posting about it, waking up from the dead. I mean, it had been like 2 years, I think. If we thought Colt 45 was bad with their delays in posting on Instagram, which I saw they just did a post earlier today.
I was going to say
too, for the first one in a few months. But MD 2020 had been pretty quiet on Instagram since a year ago when they did that spiked release, and they started posting all the things about the new MD 2020 little bottles and all that stuff. So it was out, looking, and they updated the website, and they added to it a tracker, a locator where you can try to find if there was anything near you. So I was out on the road this past weekend, and I was looking at the tracker saying, okay, where's this stuff? Trying to look here. Okay, is there anything around this and that? And I got lucky.
Wow.
And I got one right here that I came across. It was the Bling Bling Blue Raspberry Mad Dog. Now, so I went into the store and I picked up 2 of them.
Yes.
Because I saw it on there. And I hope they had all the flavors. Because I was going to get them here and I was going to send one over to you to give a shot. So I get home and I had this just about ready to be packed up and shipped out. But before I did that, I looked at the website again, and I started to see more stores started creeping up in my general area about it. So there is one tomorrow that should be in my travels that I should be able to stop at to see. And they claim they have all the flavors at this store.
Gotcha.
So I fingers crossed that they will have it there, that I can pick up all of the different flavors that they have there, because I went into the store and I found this on the shelf. I brought it to the register. The guy went to ring it up. It wasn't in the system yet. And he had no idea. He's like, how much are these? I'm like, I don't know. I don't work here. So he tried to scan. He tried to look. He couldn't find it. He ended up calling somebody. I don't know who he called. And the total price he charged me for 2 of these was $485 for 2 of them.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that was probably lower than it probably should have been. The price for one of these things.
What's the volume on them? Are they 12 ounce
No,
or
these
10?
are 200 milliliter.
Okay.
So, like I said, they're the little guys here. But yeah, out there searching and came across these here, and I said I'm gonna be on the lookout for the rest of them to give a shot.
I'm on their
Now,
webpage now, and I'm trying to find get a tracker here.
yeah, because you can go through and you can click on the little cans and
Yeah.
search. I mean, I did look before for your area too to see,
Yeah.
and nothing showed up over there yet. But every day it seems a few more stores pop up on the
Right.
list.
I love
So,
their build up to this release with the teaser post on Instagram. It was
yeah,
real,
yeah. So
I had a good time with comments and everything on that one.
yeah. So I was debating on cracking this open or
Yeah.
waiting to do all of them together for it. So that was the dilemma
Yeah.
that I had here, because I'm like, once we get all of them, the plan will be we'll do a live. We'll do a YouTube live once we get all of these in our hands and give those a shot.
Yeah, because I
So,
still haven't had this spiked yet.
yeah, and let's see, I'll share the screen clip because they switched up the spiked as well here. So we'll do a little quick show and tell before we get into
Okay.
everything else here today. So share this, guys. So as we said, we looked the last time on the website and it was not updated yet. And now, as of last week, they finally updated the website here. You see the OG of flavor here, and what they did here is the MD 2020 spiked. If you look here, they switched it up a little bit. It's now a black raspberry flavor. Before it was just the red grape wine at the 20%, but now it's black raspberry with an extra power boost, 20% ABV that delivers intense berry flavor with serious strength.
So they're getting back to where they began.
Yeah, which is great. It's great to see.
Yes.
Great to see. Hopefully, they'll go down that with some more flavors too, and start going back to the old school 20% instead of the 13% that the rest of these are.
Yeah.
But it looks like, from what it looks like it's all still the rest of the same flavors of the regular varieties are still out there.
So it is available close by me. It's not too far away.
Okay.
I just always forget about trackers.
I know.
I used it today trying to find, what I was looking for, and it was coming up nothing.
Yeah. The original MD 2020, the OG of flavor, the legendary bottle started it all. Available in vibrant flavors at 13%. Or try our new MD 2020 spiked at a powerful 20% for when you need to take things to the next level.
Yes.
And so I'm interested to see. I'll be looking forward to trying out this this black raspberry, because, like I said, the spiked of just the red grape wine, it wasn't bad, but it's just basic. It's just that basic red wine. But this black raspberry could be an interesting flavor there. And as we said too, the new guys here, the new Mad Dog, the little cans, just like, as you said, it's just like the Buzz Balls with the little pop top on here, the plastic
see-through.
Yep, see-through bottle, plastic can here, so you can hopefully not break it. Big bark, hard bite. High energy in a grab-and-go can at 15%. Mad Dog by MD 2020 delivers maximum flavor with maximum convenience. Perfect for pre-gaming or whenever you need to light up your night in a hurry. So as we
Right
always
on.
say, it's that you come to that party late or something, you want to catch up, crack open one of these guys and give that a shot. And as we went through a few weeks ago, you have what we have here, the Bling Bling Blue Raspberry, the Mad Margarita, Spiked Strawberry, and the Whipped Orange Cream.
All of
Now,
them sound like
they
great
all
flavors.
sound good. And like this, I mean, me, I'm all in. I love an
Yeah.
orange cream, anything. And I mean, it sounds great. Now,
I know it.
the taste, now will it translate? That's the question.
That's the orange cream is a hard one. A lot of people try it, and there's a lot of fails out there.
Yeah,
It's been hard to get that flavor with an alcohol base.
I know. It's like you have that creamsicle, and it's like, oh, that's so good.
So,
But then even when you go to some bars and stuff, and you get the drinks, and sometimes they get it right, sometimes it's just too much orange, and there's not much cream taste to it. So it'll be interesting to see those guys there, and they do still have, which I haven't really seen recently at all. They do still have the cans of the Spike Punch are still out there,
yeah,
as well.
I
The
see
12-ounce
him
cans.
every now and then still.
Yeah, I still have a couple cans left in the fridge. I think I have one of each of these still left in the fridge from a few years ago that just kind of sitting there for a rainy day if there's any
Sure.
reason to crack one open. But they weren't. They were decent. Wasn't anything to really write home about with it. But really the new lineup here of the new little cans. I mean, that's the big thing now that they're really starting to push.
Yep.
Is that so? So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Here lately on all the social media platforms, and I don't know if this Gen Z generation is just starting to discover it, but there's a lot more posts that come up nowadays with MD 2020.
Yeah. It never fails. Like every day, there's something. Either it's something that's been reposted from years ago, or something, but it
Yes.
just somehow it ends up on the top of the feed
Yeah.
related to it. Like I think it was last year. There was they were finding out about it, and they were doing the challenge of trying to drink one, or there were people that were taking shots of it, and it was like, why are you taking shots of it? Just
drink it out of the bottle.
Just drink the bottle, man. That's it there.
Mhm.
So that's what you have to look forward to. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit tight on this. I'm gonna show my self-control and not crack this open yet, because we want to get the full four. We want to get all of them here side by side and do a full rundown of the new MD 2020, the new Mad Dog variety. So I'll be out there searching. Hopefully I will not come home empty-handed, and then soon enough you will see a live podcast coming your way where we crack these open and give them a shot. So stay tuned for
Definitely
that.
worthy of a live.
Oh yeah, definitely for that. When it's anything like that with the something new, we try to give the people what they want. The unfiltered, unbiased opinions of Bum Wine Bob and Roadhouse here. So so stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, we do have something new to crack open here today as well. I guess it's a fairly new variety of a beverage that's just come out recently, and I saw it in my travels a couple weeks ago. Well, I didn't notice it. I had taken a video of the cooler, and I didn't notice it at the time. Then I went back and I rewatched it, and I was like, was that can at the top? Was that red up there? And then I went back the other day, and it was. So we've gone through the other varieties of the hard Mountain Dew before. The Live Wire, Baja Blast, the whole kit and caboodle of the variety pack here. But the newest flavor that was just released a month or two ago was the Mountain Dew Code Red variety of the hard Mountain Dew here. Another one of the zero sugar malt beverage with natural flavors, artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, and FD&C yellow. number 5 right there. So there it is, the hard Mountain Dew with the nice gorilla on there with the cherries showing it off. So
Yeah,
we'll
give
see.
one of these to 100 men and let them
Yeah,
try to throw it.
I was gonna say that. So we'll see how this compares, because I know you were just telling me earlier that you were diving into the regular Code Red
Yeah.
the other day for the first time in a while.
Yep.
So now you'll have a good side-by-side comparison, that flavor's still fresh
It is.
in your mind, so you can compare it to the hard Code Red.
Yeah, every time we go to the grocery store, I always see the Code Red, and I want to grab it, and I just talk myself out of it right away. Well, then I seen it on sale, being penny pincher. That's why we do this bottom shelf thing. I jumped on the deal, and I was glad I did, because then the next day I discovered this in the store. So we're all set.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Dive in here. Let's dive in. Let's get some of this hard Mountain Dew Code Red. Let's give it a shot.
Code Red is probably one of my favorite Mountain Dews.
Okay. Smells very similar to a Code Red.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Cheers.
Cheers. There you go.
Ooh, that's a little guy. I was disappointed in that one. That was a disappointing burp. I felt that was going to be a bigger one, but then it kind of just came out as a. See now this is a cherry flavor.
Yes,
that's not like the Axe said, where I had after my face of that. there was none of that on this one, at least.
No, you didn't make I smell poop face.
No, I took a sip of this and I'm like, oh, see, that's how a cherry flavored drink should taste.
Even the sweetener isn't as like strong.
It's not as overpowering as some of the other flavors.
And that's what kills it for me on the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, they always end up tasting like a hint of like the diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But this one isn't as strong with that like the other ones are now. I remember when I had the Baja Blast, when I revisited it the last time when I had the Tall Boy, I was like, it was better than I had remembered it the first run around. And I haven't had the regular hard Mountain Dew in a while, just the regular classic flavor. So I remember that one was one that had the strong artificial sweetener taste to it. Also the same, it was the other one, I think, what was it, the watermelon, I think, was the other one that was in the
I didn't have that
variety pack, or was it was either watermelon or black cherry, one of the two that were in there.
That's really good. And at 5%, you don't have to worry about getting too over the top.
No, especially in the with the tall, the 24-ounce can here.
Definitely be getting more of them. I like them. Super good.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, 100 calories per 12-ounce serving, so you got 200 calories in the 24-ounce can here. But definitely solid one.
I did see some Pabst Light today.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't get it, but I saw it in there. I was like, oh, great.
Now, did you see it in the tall cans or the?
No, it was just 6-pack.
Okay, all right. See,
12-ounce 6-pack.
See, a few weeks ago when I was out in Pennsylvania, I saw it in 30 packs only, and I wanted like either a 6-pack or tall boys of it. I wasn't sold on getting the 30-pack of it. Even though I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, people who are posting on all the groups and everything on Facebook and on Instagram are all all giving it good reviews, saying it's a
Right.
solid light beer. But I'm usually not one to buy a 30-pack unless I really need to for it. Even
Or
though
Noah drop.
even though in the end you end up saving money with it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I bought the the Keystone Light, the 15 pack of it, and it was $12 for a 15 pack of Keystone Light,
Nice.
or you could have got the 30 pack of Keystone Light for like $20 or $21. It's essentially the same price for it, but it's just something when you look at, oh, the 15 pack's only $12, but then the 30 pack's like $22. It's just that budget beer math that we do.
Yes. Yeah. And that was a struggle I had back a couple summers ago when we were doing the Natter Days.
Mm-hmm.
I think the flavor was blueberry.
Yes, the red, white, and blueberry one that they came
Yes.
out with. Yes,
The only way that they had it was in 30 packs.
Yeah.
And I went ahead and got it. And luckily, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was the same thing too. I was searching for a while because it was 30 pack, 30 pack, 30 pack, and then eventually I found one place that had a 12 pack, and I was like, oh, thank God. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll get the 12 pack of it because you're rolling that dice, and especially when it's like anything over $20 for a 30 pack of something that you're like. I mean, I'll end up drinking it eventually.
Sure.
We don't let anything go to waste over here, but it
Fridge
might take
real
a
estate's
while.
important.
That is true. And we start loading up all those 40s in the fridge.
Yeah.
You run out of space quick.
Ooh. It's tough for me to, stockpile 40s. I'd rather drink 40s over any volume of beer. 12-ounce cans, tall boys. I love 40 ounces. I had a vision today when I was driving around in my search, just disappointed that there's not more 40s available around me, or say there's not very many people putting their product in 40 ounces. And so I was thinking, I'm going to start a new campaign about make 40s great again.
Yeah, you gotta start the call to action campaign.
Yeah.
Over here to get the 40s back.
So instead of MAGA, it'll just be M and a silhouette of a 40.
Yeah, I had the same similar thought the other day, and I was like, what exactly is the market for the 40s? And because, like I said, the spot I was at the other day, and I picked up the Bud Ice and an Ice House and the High Life. They did have a Natty Ice 40 there as well, and I think it was $3.89 for a 40, and it's like, and that's pricey for a 40 ounce when you think about it. But then it's not quite, because then you look at the price. They're also charging a higher price. This was at a 7-Eleven, and they do charge a lot higher prices for even just a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. So it really depends on what store you're going to get them, because, like I said, you're always weighing the price and what you need to do with it.
Yeah.
Is the whole thing.
Well, even around me with tall boys, they're ranging from $250 to $350. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, everything.
Well, 40 at $3, $3.50 is I guess solid price these days. I'm still stuck in the 90s, early 90s.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, we were talking about
mindset.
When you're talking about getting the 40 of the bowl and then some tacos for, $4.
Yeah.
99-cent 40s and a handful of tacos. You had $5 in your pocket.
Yeah.
You were good to go. over there.
Boy, that's good. Just the right amount of cherry too.
Yeah, it is. And the sweetener doesn't really hit you too much.
Right.
You finished that already?
No, I'm just going
Okay, all
between
right. I was
a
gonna
beer,
say.
a beer and
I
and
was gonna be like, yeah, I know you're quick, but
no. It's about half.
yeah,
But it's one of those like you sip on this one for a while and drink on this one for a while.
yeah.
That's what I like about it. Sure is.
Yeah, you
You
can't
put it
really. I was gonna say you can't really drink it too fast. That's the kind of thing with this one.
I'm
Is that
trying not to.
yeah? I mean, you could. I mean, it depends on the situation that you're in
Yeah.
at the time.
If you
But
if you crack this open just after you got done mowing the grass, that whole can would be gone quick.
yeah, but it's not that you have to drink it fast.
Right.
Before, like we were
I want
talking
to
about
kind of
with
savor it.
like we were saying with the stack
Yep.
and the high gravity stack was like this one. You probably want to drink it fast before it gets warm.
Yeah. If
That
you
was the
didn't
whole
catch
thing.
that episode, go back. It's the one previous. Go back and check that out. That stack was pretty interesting. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was like if you don't drink that fast, especially if it's hot out, and that thing warms up on you quick, man, it's gonna be rough to get down. But something like this, if it does get a little warm, it's not gonna be terrible. I mean, nobody wants to drink anything really warm,
No,
but
but you can pour it over ice
I
as
was
well.
just about to say, I was gonna say you
Yeah.
could take this, pour it over some ice,
Yeah,
and then that will freshen
definitely.
everything back up. You're not pouring your stack over ice.
Yeah, you can go ahead and just put this in your Stanley cup with some ice and sip on it.
Yeah.
For quite a while you're putting down cold ones.
Yeah, I say you want a little switch in between there.
I don't know. I'm too cheap to get a Stanley.
It's not needed. It's not. You have a mug, right? Yeah, you have
Yeah.
you have a thermos, right?
Well, there's probably 2 whole cabinets full of little cups like that.
Yeah, you have some sort of a travel mug, right? That you can pour it in and throw a little ice in there. You're good to go. That'll be keep it solid, keep it cool for a while.
There's one of everything in there. I don't use them, but Mrs. Roadhouse does.
Yeah, hey, but they're there in case you need it. It's there, and it's ready for you. So, I think what I'll do in the meantime, while I have a little bit of this left, I think I'll switch things up a little bit here. And in my travels a few weeks back, I came across something that you had, and that was everybody's favorite Turnt daddy, the no carbonation boozy iced tea, that 8%, and I saw that in my travels, and I was like, oh shit, I can't not get it.
You should,
because Roadhouse tried it, and he said to give it a shot, and but this is a vintage one here, which was produced on March 6th of 24. So this one's over a year old that was sitting out there. So
people have been sleeping on that around you.
Sleeping is the iced tea with a hint of lemon. So I figured, why not give this a shot? As you said before, it's iced tea made with real tea, 8%, electrolytes, gluten-free, 2 grams of sugar per serving, and 150 calories per serving. So 50 more calories in this than your hard Mountain Dew.
Gotcha.
But that will do it. So let's crack this open.
Crack it open, buddy.
And give this Turnt daddy a shot. See, does it live up to the hype of what Roadhouse said? Smells good. So, all right. Cheers.
Cheers.
very, very basic
Yeah.
tasting.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's that no carbonation. The iced tea with a hint of lemon. Yeah, it does just taste kind of just like a tea. Nothing really with it, but not
You would
bad.
never guess it was an 8%.
No, not at all. Like I said, this is, I guess, more of a healthy alternative to
Yeah.
like you have this guy here, the hard Mountain Dew, and then you have this one here: ingredients: filtered water, alcohol from cold brewed sugar, cane sugar, citric acid, natural flavor, black tea, and depositum phosphate. So,
That's the good stuff.
yeah, 60 milligrams of potassium. Yeah, 2 grams of carbs, 2 grams total sugars. Yeah, not much to it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really like for somebody, if you're looking for an 8% and something that's more on the quote unquote healthier side of things, get one of these and you get you those electrolytes right here. So after mowing the lawn, after doing your yard work,
Yes,
you got to
sir.
replenish those electrolytes. Then why not? Like I said, it's a real basic taste to it. It's just basic tea. It's not sweet or anything. So if you're looking for a sweeter drink,
Right.
then it's not really for you. But I think we had brought it up saying if you were to take this, maybe mix it in with some fresh, lemonade that you make.
Yeah.
Even if you're just getting the powder stuff or the frozen stuff, you're throwing in just a big jug
Yeah.
and mix it up, put it in the fridge, and then you pour a little of this in there for your own little Arnold Palmer, something like that.
Yep.
I think that would be the best way
I know it.
to
I have to get another one of those.
something like that. Yeah, I'm curious to do that too. I was like, oh shit, I should have done it because I have some of the powder, lemonade
Yeah.
like in the cabinet. It's like shit, I should have
What was that? Country
done
Time.
that. Yeah. They get some of the Country Time lemonade there, and then
Yeah.
pour this, and I'll say, but I did want to try it out, do it over a little ice here. It's really just like no color to it. I mean, this is a yellow cup, but
Yeah.
it's really no color to this.
Yeah. You can put that in your cup and pull it off at your desk at work.
Yeah, I mean, you don't smell.
No.
There's no alcohol smell to it or anything for that. Yeah, that's the Turnt Daddy.
I wonder how they came up with that name. That's great.
I was just looking at the if there's anything on here about it, but I don't know the whole story or the history of it, but
Right.
hey, it's not bad.
Well, good. I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, like I said, I saw it and I was like, well, Roadhouse tried it out. We need to have a second opinion about it. Let's see, is this guy full of shit with his he said open and honest here. And as always we say, we give our open and honest reviews on everything out there, even with the stack last week, going through trying to out. The axe said, ooh,
See, that night I had a pleasurable drink, 2 Turnt Daddy.
I was gonna say, yeah, you had that sip on and enjoy, and I'm here struggling through a can of Axe Head black cherry flavored malt liquor from who knows when. Like I said, there's no date on that can. Like this can here, yes, has a date of March of 24 when it was packaged. But which is surprising, which I mean, after a year and change of that, and it's still out there. I mean, I don't know if it's really not a big seller out there. Uh,
Well, I've never noticed it before.
yeah. I mean, I would if you didn't have it, I would have really paid no attention
Right.
to it.
It
Uh,
falls in with the rest of those seltzers and what is some of the other ones? Some of the Mike's Hard Lemonades,
yeah.
all in that area there. And I really don't give it the attention I should when it comes to that part of the cooler.
Yeah. Yeah. That all blends in because it's not really what you're looking for. When
Yeah.
you're in there searching. But what I just thought of doing, I'm like, well, I have this.
Okay.
We pour a little splash of
Look at
little
that.
cherry in here. Let's see.
Yeah. Get that volume right.
That's pretty good.
I bet.
A little cherry, a little cherry
Yeah.
iced tea for you there.
Yeah. Boy, a piece of my mustache just got caught in a tab on this can. That sucks.
It's a dangerous game we're playing out
It
here.
is.
People,
I mean,
you never
people
know.
say, yeah, let's do a podcast. What's it going to hurt? Rip your mustache out on the
That's
can.
what happens. You see. So
That's why people don't survive in this industry.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't know the hazards.
That's why you see podcasts come and go. And,
Yeah.
that's why 350 some odd episodes later,
Wow.
we're still here, drinking the the bottom shelf here.
Yeah.
And I did see. Last time I told you, I finished off the bottle here of the quarter horse, and they did restock this in the store by me over here, but it was the rye whiskey
Oh.
that they have on the shelf
Yeah.
now, and I think it was on sale. I think for I want to say $23
Really?
for the bottle.
Rye whiskey is usually a little bit higher. And so, other brands of whatnot is usually about $10 higher than the bourbon brand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But what's funny is that, well, because remember this one here was what it was like $15
yes.
or whatever I said. So in that regard, the $23 is still higher than it was for the bourbon whiskey there. So I was going through because I almost picked up because we were talking the last time too, or the time before about the prepackaged cocktail cans, like the Jack Daniels, Jack and Coke cans and stuff like that, and I had a real craving for like either a Jack and Coke or a Jack and Ginger or something like that. So I was at the store looking at the shelf over there for it. The only reason I didn't get it that day was because my hands were full at the time with other stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'll come back next time and then I'll get that, because I had that craving, and I was like, you know what? I really want a good mixed drink.
Yeah.
And stuff like that to really now that we're hitting the springtime now, you want something to keep you refreshed out there.
Yeah. I make it a habit when I walk in the store. Right as you walk in, they got the stack of empty boxes that the wine came in and everything. I just grab it as soon as I walk in the door.
Yeah. I was like, I should have got a cart.
So I fill the box up. And then when I go to a new place I've never been before and I start seeing all the good stuff I want to grab, and I'll go up to the counter and like, hey, do you guys have any boxes? They just look at you silly.
Yeah, don't
and then
get
when you come back with the box and set it on the counter and it's totally full, then they're just like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, just don't get hit by the door when you're trying to get a box for the
Yeah. I had was spreading a good word about the podcast to one of the cashiers at my local gas station. Several times I've told him about it. And then the other day when I was, picking up some Coors Light tall boys and stuff, I was at the counter, but I was at another register, and that guy took care of me. I paid for it. And I was getting ready to leave. And then he's like, hey. He's like, write down. He got his piece of register paper out and handed me his pen. He's like, dude, tell me the name of that podcast again. He's like, I keep forgetting it. I want to listen to it so bad and watch it. So hopefully, I told him, I said, all right, if you watch our show, comment down there, just let me know and we'll pick you out of it. Let us know you watched it.
I'm gonna say if that's you, if you're watching, comment down below. And
he knows he knows who he is. If he sees this thing.
You say you know who you are. Let us know.
Yeah, buddy. We're so thankful for our followers and our listeners.
Yeah, it's always great to see when people, either share what they're drinking, or they come up with drunken concoctions or their stories.
Yep.
It's always great. It makes you feel like we're not just two, degenerates out here.
We're going to be doing this anyway.
Exactly right.
Why not do it with more friends?
Yeah, exactly. You're not drinking alone if you're drinking here with us out here. So
even the guys in the comments, like on the reviews on Apple Music, I was reading a lot of the comments there. A lot of the people say, I don't drink, but if I did, I'd love to sit down with you guys, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of those. We did have a comment the other day that because 9 times out of 10, a lot of the comments we all get are positive, in some sort of a positive reinforcement. But there was one person that I think was either I couldn't tell if it was. I'm trying to find it here. Let's see. Who was it? Is it not even here anymore? I didn't get rid of it. Somebody was like, why do I care what you think about the drink or something like that? Oh yeah. About the accident and the 2 Turnt daddy. Somebody commented, said, "Who are you, and why does anyone care?" I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, like the one Karen a year or so back, and same for this guy. Just pull your tampon out.
Yeah. But 99% of them are all positive feedback, because we keep everything here. We're trying to keep it fun and light, and we don't get serious.
Good and bad memories.
Exactly. We just try to have a good time. We try to have fun with just like you said. It's just like you're hanging out with your buddies, having some drinks, and just BSing about it. We just take that and throw in some sort of a beverage and say, okay, we'll discuss this. We'll talk about it. And then see where we go from there. There's no roadmap. 99% of the time, it's just cruising down the road, seeing where you end up.
Yeah.
Roadhouse just keeps going into the cooler there. Pulling out
these 12 ounces going down like water.
Yeah, well, those are those Keystone Lights there, man. Those are,
they are.
It's a solid,
pretty refreshing,
solid light beer.
Always
smooth. They got their new. They redesigned the cans a few months back and everything.
They could have done without the yellow.
Yeah. Well, it's bold. It's to try to.
It does. When you sent me the picture of the tall boys, the other day, you texted it to me, and I was like, "Why yellow?"
Yeah.
If I dislike a color, it's yellow.
Okay, well, I was gonna say they try to go for usually the like hunting, fishing, that market is what
Sure.
they cover with everything. So I know I'm on like their email list, and it's always like, hey, enter to win this Keystone Light camo hunting pack
Oh wow,
or something like that.
man! I need to
So
get in on that.
yeah, they always do these. I mean, I never won anything from it, but I
Right?
entered I entered to win it. But they do a lot of it's like either it's like a fishing thing or like a tackle box or something. So
Oh
they do
wow.
like this. So their stuff is that. So I can see kind of where the yellow might go in
Oh, I guess.
with that. But it's good. But it draws people in. It does stand out when you're looking at the cooler, and then you see that pack there, and then that yellow will kind of jump out at you.
It's not going to stop me from drinking it.
No, I know that.
If it really bothered me, I'd get a Bumwine Bob koozie and put on
Yeah,
it.
exactly. You can just cover that right up there and just hide it.
I got so many varieties of those koozies. The foam ones, the mini brown bag, 12-ounce
Foam,
can
bound
one.
brag, black
Yeah.
ones, yellow ones. I mean, there has been some rumors out there that we could see a return of some brown bag koozies in the near future. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. If you're interested in a new release of brown bag koozies, let me know if we can draw up enough interest in people wanting some. Maybe we'll get some going there. You never know. It's been a few years since the last batch of brown bag koozies, and it's been I think 3 years
Yeah.
since the last time. So
Yeah, I brought up to you the other day. I have a still quite a few of the 40-ounce brown bag koozies, and I said maybe we ought to do a giveaway or something.
and we might.
I'm
You
going to
never
say
know.
this now: if you've been this far into the episode and you're watching and you're dedicated, if you comment in the comments on this video, Roadhouse, Mr. Malt Liquor, first 3 that does that will get a 40-ounce brown bag koozie.
There you go. There you have it. If you made it this far, you want that koozie? Comment down there. So for the dedicated listeners and watchers, 3 of them out there. So do it. Do it up.
These are limited edition Bumwine Bob brown
hand.
bag 40-ounce
gonna say,
koozies, hand stamped.
hand stamped, let's say hand stamped, yes. Handcrafted, no, but
No,
but hand stamped, yes. That was me. I did it all myself.
yeah, no immigrant workers.
No. Let's say how those koozies themselves were made.
No
I don't
child
know.
labor. Oh yeah.
I don't know that, but
As far as the printing goes,
for the printing goes on there, that's me one by one going through with it.
that's it. This is a solid drink.
Yeah, I have to say I'm pretty happy with
Yes.
with the hard Mountain Dews for the most part. I said after I revisited the Baja Blast a few months back, and the I haven't gone into that Baja Blast variety pack yet. If you've seen that, right? The that one. So maybe for the summer, might have to, maybe we dive into that one. Give those a shot out there, because as you said, with all these things, it's really hard to capture the real essence of a Mountain Dew, especially when you do it with the zero sugar and the artificial sweeteners out there. But it gets pretty close. It gets as good as you can.
Yeah. I think when we get into the dog days of summer, that's when those drinks will become more relevant. What do you think?
Good. There we go. We got that Code Red there. Got my my 2 Turnt Daddy here.
I have officially drank myself out of supply.
Well, that's just it. Those Keystone Lights go down like water, so it's pretty
They
damn
do.
quick to go through. And that's what people always say, and that's why people kind of give it. Well, they give all light beers crap that said, "Oh, well, it's like water," this and that.
That's
But
the point.
it's the point. You don't want to be
I mean,
drinking.
you're not going to sit around and pound heavy porters all day.
Yeah, not now, not in May and June,
No.
July, not in the middle of summer,
No.
out here. But stay if you like Keystone Light, stay tuned. We're gonna have a special battle, I guess we'll say, coming up. Ooh, there we go. Now that was that burp I needed to get that.
We're going to debunk a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, or maybe confirm it. We don't know. Either
Yes.
debunk or confirm. We don't know. We don't know how it's going to end up out there when it becomes to Keystone Light and another light beer out there. So stay tuned for that one. That's why you got to subscribe. You never know what might show up here
Tell your
between
friends.
that and then this guy here.
Yeah, and hopefully
These
I find
guys.
it by then.
See, and hopefully, and if I can
don't
get them
know-
before
I
then,
don't know the range of my search on the MD 2020 site. What kind of mileage range they gave me? If it's 25 or 50 or 100.
right.
So
Right.
I know it's got to be close.
Yeah, and if I can get them, I will get them over to you because hopefully you won't be shipping stuff in the holiday season that we're waiting.
We haven't done
weeks
care
for
packages since
I
Christmas.
was gonna say, so we won't be waiting weeks and weeks for something to show up.
Oddly,
in the mail.
you found it before I did.
I know for once, at least for that one, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get the other flavors out there. And once we get our hands on those, and Roadhouse gets them in his possession, we will do a special live broadcast of the podcast on the YouTube channel to test them out, break them down, and see what we can get. So do us a solid, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you are subscribed and if you've made it this far, tell your friends. It doesn't cost a penny. It's free. We're at that 1,500 and change now, trying to hit that 2,000. Edward 40 Hands Part 2.
I need it. I need that.
You can pick out what 40s I will be drinking out of my wide variety that I have in the fridge at the moment that could grow every day. You never know. Anytime I find a new one, I'll just pick it up.
Bring it in. Yeah.
Put it in there. Stockpile them up there for that. So, and if you want to join us for the Edward 40 Hands Part 2,
absolutely.
Come on down. We're more than welcome to have you on here with us here. And if you have anything you want to see us cover, let us know. We're always open to suggestions of new drinks, new concoctions. If you want to come in and join us for a concoction, more than happy to have you with us here.
Yeah.
So
we haven't had a guest in a while. We have Kevin. He's almost a secondhand regular.
I was going to say he's like the I want to say the third wheel, but he's like the regular, the not so regular out there. We had, and he'll be back too because he brought up. I told him, I said, hey, maybe you want to join us for a Mad Bosa.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never know out there. So that's why you got to subscribe, because you never know what we might cover next. You never know what might show up on the YouTube channel. So just do us a solid. Spread the word. The best of the worst in cheap booze is right here on the Bum Wine Bob YouTube channel. So Roadhouse, anything else you want to say before we sign off here?
I just want to, show love to our listeners. I'm so glad we have the audience that we do.
So there you have it. See, if you want yourself a 2 Turnt daddy, check out Roadhouse's comments on that in the archives, or this week's
Mr. Malt Liquor. First 3 that comment that, are getting
Get
40 ounce
yourself
brown bag
yeah,
koozie.
get the brown bag koozie. Got the code red here, solid beverage here, and then we are on the search for the rest of the
search.
Mad Dog
Again,
cans here. The new
Get
bling bling blue raspberry. So get out there, get searching too. And if you want to join us for this, offers on the table. So
yes,
so
sir.
get out there, get searching the bottom shelf. Tell your friends the best of the worst in cheap booze is right here on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel for Roadhouse. I am Bumwine Bob. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Motherfuckers!